Hi, gorgeous people. Today we are deconstructing the Frederick Ashton Cinderella variation. We are going to be watching the beautiful Alina Cojocaru with the Royal Ballet. This performance was probably about 20 years ago now, so it's a little bit grainy, but she, in my opinion, is in a class by herself with this solo. Now, Cinderella as a ballet, as famous of a fairy tale as it is, it's not actually one of the most famous ballets. Yes, it's a famous ballet, but it doesn't really have the same rank of Sleeping Beauty, Swan Lake, Nutcracker, Giselle, and that's probably because it really didn't become famous until the Frederick Ashton version that he did for the Royal. Frederick Ashton's version is the most classical of all Cinderellas ever done. It is in tutus. It is very quintessential ballet. Certain people like Christopher Wheeldon or Alexei Ratmansky have taken it and put them more in dresses. But Ashton's, I would say, is the defining version of Cinderella. Frederick Ashton's choreography is so hard, and it's because of his transitions. He has very tricky moments of how he has dancers get into one step from another, and because his choreography is so light and delicate, it looks really easy, but it's some of the hardest choreography you will ever do. The other thing about Cinderella, really fast, that people don't realize is it's never a ballet done out of context. Unlike a Swan Lake, a Sleeping Beauty, even a Paquita, where things can be taken out and put in a gala setting, or you see at ballet competitions where they compete with a solo. Cinderella is only ever done as a whole. I have never in my life seen Cinderella at a gala or, somebody do the Cinderella variation, because it's not actually allowed in a ballet competition setting because it is Frederick Ashton choreography and is not public domain. This solo is very rarely done, and so people don't realize how special it is. The other thing about Cinderella, of course, is that there is no grand pas in Cinderella. The solos for her and the prince are done earlier in the ball scene, and the pas de deux is done by itself. So it's not even like a Black Swan situation where it's pas de deux, solo, solo, coda. So this ballet really kind of gets forgotten about sometimes because it's never taken apart. It's only ever done together. So we're going to go through this. Keep in mind, I do stop and start a lot, so if that's not your thing, I will link the full variation below for you to watch. But we're going to be watching the beautiful Alina. Okay, right away. Looks so simple, doesn't it? The way all this is basically relevés and little développés and little jetés. But it's how you get into it, how you get out of it that makes it tricky. And this is such a kind of interesting way to start a solo. So let's watch again real quick. I'm going to slow motion this for you. So we go. She goes releve. From here, look at just the way Alina uses her head. She is looking right at her foot. Alina's port de bras and épaulement is second to none, in my opinion. She's stunning. So looking at the foot, she rolls or tombes down, releve, roll down off that foot, jeté, jeté, releve again. So landing on one foot, releveing on the same foot, harder than it looks. She does it again. Roll down, développé, tombe, releve, roll down, jeté, jeté, releve to Susu. So even here, Frederick Ashton is taking like basic steps from class, développé, releve, and putting it in Cinderella's variation. So he has this way of taking the most simple of steps, putting it in a solo, making the transitions difficult, and that's what makes it so hard. Going on tombe, pas de bourrée. Even there, développé, roll down. Ugh, so hard. One of the things you'll see with Ashton's choreography is he loves a roll down. What I mean by a roll down is you're on point, and then you come off of point on the same leg on one leg. You don't step through or you don't come down together. He loves a up and down on the same leg, which is actually tricky. So watch this. She goes tombe, pas de bourrée, up on point, développé, looking back. This is also hard. The head is looking back at Johann, who's the prince, Johann Coburg. And then roll down, arabesque, then roll down. So she doesn't roll down with the arabesque. She rolls down after the arabesque. Watch it again. She goes tombe, pas de bourrée, Susu, double pay arabesque, looking back, arabesque, then roll down. So if you don't have the trained eye, you're like, I know this looks challenging, but I don't know why. That's why. She's not going together. She's hitting the arabesque, then coming down. Same step. Oh, that's so hard. Okay, same step facing back. So again, we're having interest here. So she does the opening step with an added little cobra back, which is very difficult. So releve, come down, jete, jete, releve, port de bras back, come back up. She goes back, so she's losing her center axis and comes back up and then comes down. So this is so tricky, so tricky. Releve, but it looks so simple. Tombe, jete, jete, releve on the same leg, port de bras backwards. This one goes to fifth, susu. Watch from the beginning again. This variation is, it's not short, but it's not too long. So let's watch again in real time. She goes releve, using the head, tombe, releve, come down, jete, jete, releve, come down on the same leg, releve, up, down on the same leg, 1, 2, 3 to fifth. Tombe pas de bras, using the head, arabesque then comes down. So hard. And what I love Alina does here too, as she comes off point, you can really see it in the first one. As she comes off point, she makes her arabesque even longer. So watch in slow-mo. Tombe pas de bras, passe, développé, arabesque, reach, lengthen. Look how much higher her leg goes. Reach. So good. Tombe pas de bras, susu, développé, reach, susu, releve, same, almost the same step. Back and up. So hard. That is so hard. Ugh. Okay, the other thing I love about Ashton choreography is it's so musical. Da, 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 da. It's so musical. And with this solo, you'll see, if you're a musician, you'll understand this, the time signature changes. So it starts in a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of common time. And then later it moves to a 3. It might be a 6, 8. I'd have to see the score. But it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 2 and 3 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4. So the time signature changes. So you're going from 4 beats in a measure to 3 beats in a measure. So that's the other interesting thing about Prokofiev doing is this is not your typical solo that just stays in time the whole time. The time signature changes. So let's go back and look at this step. So she does her little cambre, come to susu, hops on point. So hop, hop, little changement, entrechacot, releve attitude. Right on the music, changement, changement, come off, entrechacot, releve attitude, and just look at the ease and the effort. I mean, she looks like Cinderella, just like nothing. That's such a hard transition. Oh my gosh, that you would not possibly, if you didn't have it trained out, you wouldn't know how hard this is. Okay, so. This is one of those tricky Ashton transitions. She does her releve attitude. There. She, again, come down, releve, come down, pas de chat, roll down on the same foot into piqué. Watch again. So, that was from my brain, not yours. So she comes off, that's a tombe off. Little rond de jambe, which in and of itself is hard to do. Come down, little pas de chat tendu. What makes this hard is you land the pas de chat. She lands on her left leg. And the landing from the pas de chat is all she has to get into the attitude turn. And this would be so much easier if she could put this foot flat and releve. But she doesn't. She rolls down on the leg she lands on from pas de chat. That's all the prep she has to then piqué on her right foot into the attitude. So watch this pas de chat again. So she takes off. It's a one-leg takeoff. It's almost a rond de jambe pas de chat. She takes off one leg, rond de jambe, land on one leg. This is all the prep she has to then piqué into the attitude, which gives you no force. From here, it's like, ooh, that's what it feels like. To land on the same leg, get no prep into a piqué. I think she's going to do the other side. Watch the other side in slow motion. soutenu. Soutenu out of it. That's hard too. Roll down. Développé, little rond de jambe, pas de chat, roll down on one leg to the left. Come out, tombe through to tendu. Please appreciate how tricky this is. Thank you, Frederick Ashton. Oh my gosh, this is so hard. But again, it looks so simple. It's like, oh, pas de chat, attitude. You wouldn't know how hard it is unless you have a trained eye. Watch in slow motion again. So she comes down, tombe, rond de jambe, tombe, pas de chat, lands on one leg, pique, attitude, no force. Come around, releve soutenu out of it. Releve soutenu out of it. That's the other hard Ashton transition. Watch from here. We're going to watch in real time in a second. She does her attitude. Now, out of this attitude, she comes down on the same leg. It's another same leg descent. Attitude, same leg. That's all she's got for the soutenu. It's so much easier to come through a turn or step out of a turn or turn tombe and then get on the other leg. But this is land on a left leg. That's all the prep you have. Into the turn, come down on the same leg into the soutenu. So hard. Watch in real time. Jambe, pas de chat, attitude, come down on the same leg, soutenu. Other side, rond de jambe, pas de chat, same leg, attitude. This one she gets to tombe through to tendu. Plus, keep in mind, this is in the ballroom scene, which is already halfway through the ballet. So you're already tired. Okay, now we switch to our 3/4 time, possible 6/8 time. Saut de basque, emboîté, piqué. Other side, saut de basque, little emboîté, step, piqué. I would say this is kind of the rest of it. Run around. And then the 4/4 time starts again. So, breaking this step down to tendu. So, she goes step, saut de basque to the right, come down, emboîté, step, piqué, arabesque. Look at the reach. Look at the length. Toe, like just the lift. Then she's going to go to the left. Got to go to the other side. Got to do both sides. Chasse, step, saut de basque. Finding the audience. Emboîté. She finds the audience again. Look, she has the time to find the audience. Step, piqué, arabesque. Beautiful. Chasse, this is a soutenu, stay on point, release the foot, arabesque. Another place where she finds the audience. Sous, find the audience, then change the head. She's so good at like changing the head with her arms. Alina's coordination is spot on, obviously, because she's Alina. But it's not like a situation. She's right in time with her arabesque with her head. Watch again from here. So, chasse, soutenu, together. Chasse, soutenu, together. Gorgeous. Third time, together, beautiful. Run around, time signature changes. More hops on point. So musical. Look at the port-de-bras. I want you to see her port-de-bras in this. I know most of us are looking at her feet. Also because this is Cinderella, we're focusing on her shoes. Alina was known for wearing gainer mindens that like looked like they were past dead all the time. And like, just, I don't know how she could dance in the kinds of shoes she did because they looked so soft, but it allowed her to use her feet so well. It must, it's every dancer has their preference. But man, I don't know how she was able to do all this on the kind of, not the kind of shoes, but like how dead they were, how soft they were. Anyway, so watch her port-de-bras. We're going to go to slow motion. We're looking at the feet. That's fine. These are little like scoops into her. Arms perfectly matching, soft. Look at the soft hands, the soft port-de-bras. She just looks like a princess. She really does. I also love her Sleeping Beauty as well, if anybody can find that video. Tombe off, pas de bourrée, to Susu. Do you see how this is so simple, yet so hard? All she's doing is this. Tombe, we have our little pas de chat into our attitude. We Susu, release the arabesque. There's no like crazy fouettes or like spin on your head deal, but it's so tricky because of these transitions, how we get in and out of steps. She repeats, port de bras, double pay, tendu. Okay, here comes the other difficult thing about this solo. It's a double menage. A menage is when a dancer does a step in a circle. Can be a female, male, doesn't matter. You see the guys doing all the crazy stuff in a menage. A double menage is twice around. Usually, you'll only go once around. Double menage is twice. Some versions of the Aurora Act 1 solo also have a double menage. That's the version we did. And let me tell you, double menages are rough. By the end, you like can't see. You just like, I don't know. So this isn't around twice, but the step changes. Let's watch it in real time first, and then we'll back and break it down. So piqué turn. Piqué turn, two soutenus, chaîné. Piqué turn, two soutenus, chaîné. We're back in our 3-4 time. Two soutenus, chaîné. That's the first round. Second round, coupé jeté into two step-up turns. Crazy. Yep. That's another hard transition. Ugh. See, she's gone twice around. You literally can't see at this point. And a finish. So, first round of the menage is one piqué turn, two soutenus, and some chaînés. 4 sets of that. So, watch her reach in her legs. She goes piqué turn, reach, two soutenus, because she's got to get around all the way. Chaînés. Look at her tight fifth chaînés. Alina's one of those people that chaînés in fifth. She's super tight in her fifth. She's not a first chaînée, she's a fifth chaînée. Chaîné, 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 chaîné. Repeats. One piqué turn, two soutenus. Tight fifth, super tight. Chaîné. Let's watch the rest of this in real time. Two soutenus, chaîné. 4th set. Okay, from these chaînés now, this is the second round of menage. So she chaînés. She's going to come off point in right away into coupé jeté. From the coupé jeté, ordinarily what happens if you see the guys do a coupé jeté, the back leg comes in and we keep going, and you can use the back leg to launch you into the next step. Not with Frederick Ashton. The back leg is going to become the standing leg of this turn. So she does her jeté. We'll go backwards. She does her jeté. Watch the left leg. It's going to come around and immediately go into step up turn 1, step up turn 2. Come down tombe. Repeat. Jeté right away into 1, 2. Come down. Repeat. Tombe. Jeté. Coupé jeté. 1, step up turn 1, step up turn 2. Come down again. 4 sets. 1 and 2. Then we're going to finish it out in some piqué turns. Piqué turns. She's reaching the leg. She's finding front. Look at her. She's finding front. Okay, there's the audience. When you see the audience, keep going. She's found her front. Bunch of piqué turns. Chaîné. Chaîné, 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 chaîné. Hoping you're not in front of a light, because then that makes it even worse. And to finish there. And look mildly pleasant like I did. So you see the whole first round, you're already dizzy, and then you have to do the coupé jeté into the step-up turn. So tricky. So let's go back, watch the whole thing. I will not stop this time, and I will still talk you through it, but what the little things to look for. So watch her roll downs here. So she goes développé, développé, tombe, up, roll down, same leg, two jetés, up, down on the same leg, relevé, down on the same leg, two jetés, up, 5th. Beautiful port de bras, arabesque, then roll down, reaching, arabesque, then roll down, reaching, facing the back, lose your access, come back up, so much control. Attitude, changements. Again, simple and delicate, but so hard. Here's the hard step. Pas de chat, no force. Up, roll down the same leg. Soutenu. Rond jambe. See it, it's so fast too, and the head has to change. Step to the boss. First time the time signature changes. Same thing to the left. Using her beautiful port de bras, great coordination. Reaching through the fingertips. Back to the 4/4 time. Soft port de bras, super delicate. Even the way she uses her hands, look at the hands. Great. Let's repeat it. And here comes the double menage. Round 1, piqué turn, 2 soutenus, chaîné. Back in our 3/4 time. Second round, coupe jeté, 2 step-up turns. Same thing, 4 sets. Piqué turns, finish it out. Find front, find your side. Chaîné, grab it and don't move. Just plant, you just say plant and grip, plant and grip. So again, this solo, you don't really ever see. Like, it's not allowed at ballet competitions. It's never done out of context because it's not with the pas. The pas is separate. I believe at this point, there's another like group dance with the stepsisters and things. They go off to rest for the pas de deux, and then it's done by itself. So really, this solo is never done with the exception of in the ballet itself. So it very much goes under the radar of how difficult it is. But it's beautiful, it's simple, and Ashton choreography is so musical and so delicate. But his transit is some of the hardest transitions in ballet. So I hope that was informative and entertaining. We will do more Ashton. I would love to actually keep going on Cinderella. If there's any other parts of Cinderella you want to see, if you want to see different dancers, I know there's a recording of Marianella on here. Let me know in the comments. If you missed the video on posture, it's right there. You can click it to watch. Love you guys so much, and I will see you next time.